I'm accessorizing. I learned it from watching you loot everything that wasn't well.
Commander, over here. Commander, wanted to chat with you about the cartridge that courier gave us. Ain't heard from Ortiz in... might well have been a year at this point. That's how it goes when you've fallen behind, and the others got no choice but to keep moving. If he's spending his hard-earned bits to contact me now, there must be a real good reason. Would you watch the message with me? Suppose I am. He's a good friend of mine, or at least he was. I missed, or we otherwise parted ways. True. Thanks, Commander. Would you do the honors and get it going?
Inez, it's Ortiz. Look, I ain't got long. Neither for this message nor for life. I made a mistake. I signed up to get grafted, but it's gone wrong. Should have known when I got to the lab that something was off. It was a secret, they said. We couldn't tell no one. And now my blood's infected and I'm as good as dead. Well, I just wanted to be like you. Throw myself at the problem, wrestle it down. But I should have listened when they told me about how your graft hurt you. How it failed you. I should have reached out sooner. Maybe things would have been different. Please, find that lab on Cloister. It's in an ice cave, but I ain't sure where exactly. They hid it good. Whatever you do, Inez, stop them. Don't let them do this to anyone else. Please.
Commander, I ain't sure what to make of Ortiz's message. He's dying. If it's as he says, I ain't got a choice. I gotta find that lab and put a stop to things. Will you help me? Thank you, Commander. We keep our lamps lit. We ought to find the...
Commander, a moment of your time, if you would. Commander, I'm glad I managed to intercept you before we left. There's something of utmost importance I wish to discuss. I received a message from a close friend of mine, Virgil. His message claimed he had information relevant to the Supreme Arbiter's death. You asked before, and I did not mention it, but with Virgil's message, I now must warn you. Our greatest suspect in the Supreme Arbiter's murder is the Protectorate's I would gladly give my life for his without hesitation, and he for mine. We are brothers beyond blood. It has been some time since the two of us last crossed paths, but little shall have changed between us. Of this, I have no doubt. Very good. I hope we shall... Let us make our way to Paradise Island at once. I hope Virgil has been doing well since last I saw him.
Stop right there, Arbiter Rao. Though I am here on official business, I would prefer to keep this cordial. The Consul seeks answers related to your recent activities. I approach you openly, in the hopes that you will comply with his request, and come with me peaceably.
What do you blather about? Delay me and you will pay the price. Not only do I have more pressing business with a colleague, but I do not answer to Sentinels or the Consul.
Questions of intent. Now, what shall it be, Arbiter Rao? I sent the message that drew you here. Virgil shall not arrive to aid your decision-making.
Virgil's not coming, you say? Curious. And here I was thinking I was already present.
Virgil! Touting your flair for the dramatic, even now, I see. But I fear our reunion must wait until we've dealt with this pawn of the Consul.
I had not expected a third party, but it is so much the better. I'm afraid you must come with me as well, Arbiter Montag.
A sentinel demanding anything of me? What madness! Neither Tristan nor I shall accompany you anywhere. Any attempts to force us shall be met with violent reprisal. I'm sure he only told you such a thing to lower your guard. All the easier to slide a blade between your ribs. This fool impersonated my credentials, triggering a system alert that led me here. A lowly deception, even for one of the Consul's own.
It was a necessary deception, and one not undertaken lightly. Its aim was to draw your colleague here without bloodshed, for I know he would not have arrived at my request.
Your explanation does not pull my heartstrings, Sentinel. Yet you at least had the sense not to assail us outright. Surrender, and perhaps you may yet live.
You may not believe me, but I have much admiration for the work you and Arbiter Montag have done for the Protectorate. I've no wish to fight. Enough loyal subjects have died in this war. Come willingly and peaceably, I beseech you. Both Arbiter Rao and Arbiter Montag were explicitly requested to return to Praetor by the Consul, alongside all other Arbiters some months ago. Refusal without reason is treasonous.
And I'm sure that if we went, we would have been returned whole, neither interrogated nor mentally refreshed. As if your master's nefarious agenda would allow that.
I've no inkling of what you speak. My only master is the Protectorate. My only agenda, the return of peace throughout Arcadia.
For the same reason that a sprat would not answer a Canid's invitation to dinner.
Not quite how I would put it. We simply do not answer to the Consul. I viewed answering his summons as contradictory with my present duties, and chose to ignore them.
If you had nothing to hide, you would have answered his summons.
Very well. But be warned, I'm not exactly trained in the art of improvisation. We'll need a very good reason for my not answering the Consul's summons.
You don't look like a scientist.
I'm sure you've heard the rumors that our foodstuffs have been 2% less nutritious than in the past. We seek to rectify this most worrisome factoid.
I see. It would appear I misjudged this situation after all. I must reinterpret my orders. Accosting you illegally and the subsequent punishment would be mortifying.
So he's chosen not to attack, but the situation has not changed. We spare him. His master gains another tool to cover up the Supreme Arbiter's death.
What are you talking about? I do not seek to hide the Supreme Arbiter's death. I seek to find her killer. Such was next on my list of duties, after I apprehended you.
This is all clearly a tactic on the Consul's behalf. By sending out his agents, he seeks to deflect suspicion from himself. That is, if our compatriot here speaks true.
What must you think of me, or my fellow Sentinels, that you'd even suggest I'd lie to Arbiters? I'm not the one positing scurrilous accusations about our beloved Consul. But you needn't take me at my word. My next assignment was to investigate the Oculus collating post. A hidden room there may contain information pertinent to the investigation.
Are you mad? Why do you intend to place yourself into what could readily be a trap? The Consul cannot be trusted, and this Sentinel is his lackey.
It's a risk worth taking. I can endure whatever the Consul sends my way, and if there is a minuscule chance that this Sentinel speaks true, we must investigate.
I'm pleased to be of service, in some manner or another. Protectorate subjects should aid one another. If you had not interrupted me, I would have committed a terrible injustice upon my brethren. If I am to be punished for my failing, I will suffer the consequences head high. I will take my leave of the lot of you, and in peace. It is my sincere hope that circumstances are as you claim, lest we be forced to meet again.
I shall follow him out, just to certify he intends to act as he speaks. That's done with. He left peaceably, as he said, though I have my doubts for how long.
That was some impressively savvy improvisation before, Commander. Without you, circumstances would have certainly devolved into a battle to the death.
I'll spare you my doubts for the umpteenth time, Tristan. I just hope the risk is worthwhile.
I appreciate your caution, but it is quite unnecessary. My comrade and I will look into Oculus collating post. Yes, but never for long, and it's been many years. I also have no recollection of any hidden room, so we may have some hunting to do. I regret we've not had more time to talk, Virgil. It has been ages.
Worry not. I'm certain we'll have plenty of time to converse when you've finished your investigation. I have several leads of my own to pursue, as a matter of fact. Until our paths cross again, my friend. I shall make certain no other puppets of the Consul yet seek us. On your way.
I've only visited Oculus Collating Post a handful of times, and that... Have you viewed any series? Speak freely. Certainly. I consider Virgil and I are just as... We make extremely effective compatriots. Where I am... It's a shame there may only be one...
I shall make certain no other puppets of the console get secrets. On your way.
I recall this place. These stations have been automated since my day, though this one has certainly accrued dust. Odd that it would be in a state of lockdown. I have a general override that should allow us entry, but anything specific to local systems, including security systems, may be beyond me. In places, these security measures should not be operational. And the station seems to be on reserve power. We'd best tread carefully. Let us proceed with due haste. contemplating an ambush. Perhaps some stray systemic error activated the entryway defenses. We'd best first report to security ops, lift this lockdown. From there, we can set about reactivating the station's primary power, which will allow us to explore on... A footprint in the dust? This station shouldn't have received visitors in years. Be on guard. Someone else may be here. It seems our intelligence was correct. There's clearly a door here, and I would hazard that we'll be able to open it somewhere on station. I find this entire situation suspicious. Protectorate engineers err very infrequently, and an error as extreme as this room's presence should have been rectified. But I digress. We should make sure the station is at full... Let us go. My passcode shall not work on this terminal. Unlocking it may be a... Good effort lifting the lockdown. We may now reactivate the station in the reactor room. The reactor activation circuits shall likely be dysfunctional. It's a known issue with these old stations. Let me look. Corroded transistors, dust in the actuator. Did a sprat gnaw on this? Sweet sovereign, what a mess. There. I think I have it. Let us hope my override does not trigger any security alerts. Good. This should avail us of a much simpler search. Let us return to this... the central room once more and see if anything seems out of place.
I am prized to fight.
Batten scan.
Susceptible to danger.
Fortification in progress. Locking them down.
Interrupted. Corrosive substance penetrating.
You have my thanks and my hammer. Let us proceed with due haste.
Passcode is Limber. No. Let's try Amulet. No. Wingtip. No. Sovereign's Gavel. I should remember this. Damn it. Oh! Wait. Oh, no.
Stay whatever fool words you ready in your defense, for they shall avail you not. I accuse you of trespassing upon the private domain of the Sovereign. For these crimes... Wait, I know you. Luther Okada? What in blazes are you doing here? And why do you wear a Sub Rosa uniform?
Because I work for Sub Rosa? More than that, I don't think I can say, Cadet Rao. Mostly because I'm not supposed to, but also because I can't remember.
I knew this man when I was still a cadet. Okada is, or was, a petty troublemaker, though a crafty one. As cadets, Virgil and I apprehended him often. Sometimes Virgil let him go, but he usually went to mental refreshment.
Often enough to know the technicians by name. Until I forgot them again.
This truly is no ploy. Despite his faults, the Okada I knew was ultimately benign. But the fact remains, that's a wise path.
An Arbiter used the word execute in the last few seconds, yet I remain alive? Didn't think that was possible. I was sent here to do a specific job, but some of the details are hazy. Gives me conniptions. I was hired by an anonymous third party. They provided me with the station's location and credentials to bypass its defenses. May have tripped a few on my way here. Can't recall. I was told the station was abandoned, which it clearly isn't, and to break into this terminal and delete the information on it. Well, I'm surprised too. This used to be second nature. Now I'm nothing.
Ignorance does not excuse criminal action. Even if you did not know the severity of this infiltration, it remains a deadly serious infraction.
He and the other one must have put me away close to 12 times each. I used to be something of a ne'er-do-well.
Ne'er-do-well is a polite term. He was a repeat malefactor. I believe last time we met, he'd vandalized a janitorial automech in an attempt to make it spew profanity.
I got 18 months of hard labor for that. Served me right.
As much as I'd prefer not to admit it, you may be right. Whoever hired him must not have known about his addled mind. They were moving quickly, desperately.
I didn't used to be like this. I can still sneak with the best of them. Not being able to remember doesn't make me any worse as an agent. It doesn't.
Any of my fellow arbiters would have killed you before this I don't know that I can. He is a trespasser. His slipping mind matters not. I am familiar with the concept, but in the Protectorate, intent matters little. Manslaughter still results in death. Sedition, there is a difference. A murderer's family, though this is hardly the place for a discussion about Protectorate law, my duty dictates it. Killing Okada that doesn't mean anything. An arbiter were the situation different, you have my trust. But if I am to remain loyal to my morals, I must be. It is fortunate you have gained my trust, or I would not bend. Be gone. You've been granted your final stay of execution.
I didn't think this would happen. And you, without you, I would have been reduced to my composite parts. Here.
Allowing a Sub Rosa agent to leave with his life in the heart of a Protectorate station. We may have to speak on this further. But let us see what we came here for. The hint pertaining to the passcode on that terminal. I believe I know the answer. It is contained in an arbiter's gavel is judgment, and an arbiter's scalpel That terminal, it sounds as if the Supreme Arbiter had some sort of business with the Consul. To what end, I wonder? The tone of her response seemed relaxed, but I do not believe she would have met with the Consul unless she had no other choice. And that feckless agent. I don't understand his aim or who he would be working for. Only the Consul. What could Sub Rosa want with one of our abandoned stations? How could they have known that? Well, at least we found what we needed on the Supreme Arbiter's terminal. As for Okada, my decision to allow him to go free was at odds with all I have been taught. He was a traitor and should have died. Yet, I cannot help but feel strangely justified. My role does not allow for mercy. I am supposed to uphold the Protectorate's laws. How can I claim thus if I allowed a traitor to go free objectively to whom? Damn it! Altogether, I think visiting this station was fruitful for my and, circumstances aside, I appreciate your accompanying me here, Commander.
It would appear our next stop is Praetor, specifically Central Control. I look forward to traveling there. Excellent. I look forward.
versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations. As they tried with us at Calicetti. But did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's choice devious shenanigans lying down? No!
Tramicular. Arriving.
This tramicular takes forever.
Approaching station. Client intake.
Turker Tyler, sixth base person for the Auntie-Cleo Darling. I cleaved Spacer's chosen goalie at the end of the 56th inning, then they go to win the game. Whenever I see that face, I want to cleave it in twain.
We took what nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through our artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals. With Auntie's Choice. An artificial life is a life that's sweeter. Live a life that's sweeter with Auntie's Choice. Item. Business is good. We have positive bit flow. Our portfolio is diversified. But we can always do
Get you something?
better. I'll give it to you straight in my quarterly underperformance review.
Yeah, all the yelling. Could listen to that all day, every day. Actually, I have. That'd be Melquiades. Afraid he stepped away to his office. He's around the corner to the right, just past the stairs. Likely find him whipping up a fresh batch of Raptidon Bite cocktails. If I did, I certainly wouldn't think the boss would share that. I mean, actually been concocted. In fact, I have. We're out of the
Biological exploitation's output is down 18%. I'm not paying professional hunters to run
I'm
a-
sorry, but I'm quite busy at the moment. There are a half-dozen sinks left to clean. Wait. How terribly rude of me. It's you. You're the one who talked me down from my horrible course at the N-Ray range on Golden Ridge. Improving myself, my friend. I have a new lease on my existence, and it's all thanks to you. You see, I meditated on your words, and on the events that led me to strapping myself to an explosive threatening to kill us both. Something had to change. I realized that the tremendous question, that of controlling the universe's uncertainty, was too tremendous to pursue. So I sought an environment I could control.
Tell me, Victor, scientician to scientician, how do you feel about this new path of yours? Do you believe it in accordance with the plan? Are you, dare I say it, happy?
I take a simple joy in each latrine. I leave spotless.
On a purely theoretical level, I admire that.
The term parasite-free indicates the fact that any kind of parasite found in an Auntie's Choice product is provided free of charge and is not the property of Auntie's Choice.
I do believe I am where I was always meant to be. If you've not, you must try it sometime. Eliminate anyhow, I mean not to. Avail yourself of my restroom at your leisure. I'll clean up whatever mess you make.
Commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what
You're here from Melquiades Alcantara. Afraid you're a mite bit late. Investigator Yoshida, Department of Excessive Corporate Malfeasance. Did you know the deceased?
overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now? As a responsible member of
Seems like you're not the only one. Were you aware if you had any business rivals, any disgruntled employees? Deals gone sour? Are you asking the questions now? Thought this worked the other way.
understand that the marketplace is dynamic, efficient, and well suited to the shifting needs of our populace. After all,
No, it would make my day if you were to blame. I only cover internal rivalries. As an outsider, you'd be someone else's department to worry about.
Love, laugh, purchase, and consume.
with Auntie's Choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you face rank and file. The big riff cut off
You're clear to saunter freely. Remember, taste more and feel less. Anti-Fizzo's numb rum.
More profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down ripoff. Dramas in last week's contest between the Easy Heel Loafers and Spectrum brand bandits. I'd pit our least bankable tossball team against the Protectorate's entire roster of pitchball pushovers.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
32 backs benched. They'd forfeit by middle time. It would be an...
Someone's bucking for a promotion.
Sample one of our popular Boris products. They're completely edible. Despite any and all appearances to the contrary.
Hey! Didn't you hear me growl in a discouraging manner? The first testee ain't to be disturbed.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm gonna, converserate a little. Just wait over there for me or something.
As you wish. Retreating to hover at a respectful distance.
Sorry, they get a mite carried away most times. Oh, that. Yeah. Wish they wouldn't say that. Ain't accustomed to fancy titles. Don't mind them. They're here to make sure nothing happens. To me, that is. On account of being a close personal friend of Auntie Cleo. It's all a bit much, to be honest. But I guess it's like Auntie always says, anything worth doing is worth overdoing completely. I've known her since I had all my, most of my limbs intact. No, all. Definitely all. Though I may have been missing an index toe or two. Been a while, that is. Anyhow, probably shouldn't just mull about here engaging in idle talk. If she saw me, she'd probably chide me for being overly friendly with everyone. Wait, really? Why, sure. I mean, guess I can't see the harm. Hey, stay here, will you? Me and my new friend here, we're just going over there, to the bottom runger, to talk.
But keeping alert as if our jobs and our lives depended on it.
Consultants who labor with committing to a side.
Have a profitable day.
An artificial life is a life that's sweeter. Live a life that's sweeter.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
Item. Business is good. We have positive bit flow. Our portfolio is diversified. But we can always do better. I'll give it to you straight in my quarterly underperformance review. First up, excessive corporate malfeasance. The only division that earns us less.
Great, so how does this all work exactly? They bring you a drink, and then people just converserate? Oh, right, and I'd add that big talk is for big people who matter. So we don't talk about work matters or our day. Okay then. What other sort of stuff you want to talk about? The weather, maybe? Sure was determined. I'll tell you what. Made her own healing grease in a rusty old can of Spacer's Chaw. Got one of them entry science jobs at Auntie Cleo. You know, the corporation. Not the person. Was a whole different person back then, if you can believe it. Started scaling the corporate ladder right quick. Weren't too long before she left the colony completely.
There's a lot of volatility out there.
You think? I'd sure like to think so. Not that I'd want her to feel bad or sad or nothing. Oh, Felicity. Felicity Caro. Dr. Felicity Caro, eventually. So guess she's Dr. Auntie Cleo now, technically? If that's how that works. She came to be lead scientist of research and development at Numa Experimental Station. I knew her when she was just Felicity, back in the good old days, when the company still did You know, human testing first, instead of just letting stuff willy-nilly out into the wild like now. I was her best test subject. Guess that's why them guards call me the first testee. Hadn't occurred to me before. Auntie must have come up with it. Oh, you got me reminiscing something fierce. Did I mention she and I shared an expired chum bar once? Good times.
You once? Is that? Is that so? Recall anything else about her of, oh, I don't know, even greater import?
Maybe I can remember other important things like that. I'll sure try. You know, this is nice. Talking like this is much better than when the other person just ambles off like they never heard you. Well, you know, I haven't talked to her for, going on 40 years or thereabouts, I think. But, you know, we were real tight when we were nubbins. When she approved my request for this role, I got a letter from her that said, dictated but not read at the end. Like she was talking right to me. Or at me, maybe. Cheers! There, I said that right? Then, you, imbibe? That's not exactly something I've been privy to, you know, per se. All I know is Auntie's has been around a lot longer than I have, and there's always been an Auntie. Can't see anyone else coming after my Auntie, though. Wouldn't imagine she'd allow it. But, I don't know. Maybe the job ain't cracked up like it seems. Well, thanks. I don't rightly know how that would have any bearing on it, but I sure appreciate the sentiment. That might be all I want to talk about. The rest makes me, you ever have this empty, falling feel? You know, in your chest? Like that, I guess. Auntie, she told me once she needed to climb to the top no matter what. But that she was rude. I don't know, would hate to be rude. You come out with me and all. Oh, okay. Sure, we can keep on, you know, converserating. Just a bit, right? Oh, I don't like to say much about that. I had to. For her, just did it that once. The last day I saw Felicity, Auntie. I was going to turn her in, but she was there. Felicity. She was all crying. Told me all the bad stuff she did. Needed somebody to say she weren't a bad person. So I said it. And now I wonder a lot if I am the bad person on account of that lie. So, maybe I'm not good, but I'm less bad? Less bad is pretty good, I reckon. A less bad person, well, you know what? I haven't felt this springy inside since Fel and I worked the garbage pile in Argos. Like, less bad, maybe good even.
Purchase and consume with Auntie's Choice.
Look who's back. I know one. Valo Andrews, owner of the Best Choice. Wasn't too keen on our success. Melquiades said she's me. The only way I'd ever make it in that place is crawling through a more's the pity.
Rousing sporting match, as much as all of you face rank and file. The Big Rift cut off tossball news from home, but our Arcadia Grown League is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protector, its watered-down ripoff. Pitchball, they call it. My, how imaginative. And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing
samples from our nutritious tobacco line.
Thursday zones? Why even have the T-zones then? Oh,
close enough.
Sportsmanlike conduct is tolerated? Ha! That will put posteriors in the seats. A blood sport without blood sounds like red ink to Auntie. Our tossball teams play for keeps. I witnessed no fewer than 6 critical blood force dramas in last week's contest between the Easy Heel Loafers and Spectrum Brand.
Thank you very much for your very valuable input.
What now? Have an issue with the service? She's in her office. Oh, say it.
What are you doing back here? No one's allowed. Who left that door unlocked? What are you even doing in my bar?
Someone will be fired over this. Then, once they reach the nadir of their sorrows, rehired, only that I may fire them again. And I don't know what you think you're seeing here, but ignore all this. Why, yes. Yes, I am. Not sure I appreciate your insinuating tone there. It's a Raptidon bite, a unique concoction devised by Melquiges Alcantara, who was simply my dearest friend. Or was. I procured its recipe from him before his unfortunate passing, and before you ask, yes, I have receipts for everything. No. I don't think so. Now that we have the recipe for this dreadful elixir, think you're wearing down my resolve, don't you? Ugh. Maybe just a little. Look, I see you're going to be a problem. Just cover my Fine, you can have it. That admittedly was a mite embarrassing. Any serious player would have locked the door first, before spreading out incriminating. Here you are. Time for you to blunt.
Limber up for a motivating lecture, employees. Just because your Auntie Cleo reached the top of the corporate ladder doesn't mean she can't resonate some bottom-rung relatability. Business is much like
Still here, I see.
a game of inches and foot goals, played with an excess of necessary roughness. And like tossball, there's more than one way to make a killing. Why, I was just watching the latest bout between the Easy Heel Loafers and the Zero-G Shooters. Just quality cleaving from hot-off to the closing steam whistle. And that 20-back tackle pileup on the tender in the mid-court restricted zone. I was on the edge of my luxury cysty-hide expectation last
Where's comestibles? Where's comestibles? We're literally giving them away.
Marketing hopped it out of the arena with their
Back.
official
What is it?
Auntie's Choice branded Sprat Crisp penalty buckets. But I digress. Just as in tossball, we all need
Not out of my own personal wages, no. But I do have not much, but it's something.
marathon, not a sprint to get humped in the Wednesday zone. Although it is that too. Sometimes you can't score a body goal.
Certainly sounds rather incriminating. Don't forget, Auntie's Choice Zero-G whiskey gets you into orbit.
Motivated. Certainly you are. Now, step up to the line of scrummage and let's do the competition. See you Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that anti-social society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but of the system's glorious efficacy.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume.
With Auntie's Choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The Big Rift cut off tossball news from home, but our Arcadia Grown League is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program.
I'll have you know my panhandling license is completely up to date.
Hey everybody, look who it is. All finished? Knew he was connected. What'd you find out? He tell you any secrets about Auntie?
Or inspiring stories about her career ascent. You know, that might act as encouragement to them like us, presently stagnating in our position of paid employee.
Huh. A rumor had it she was one of the Schuyler line, old money family, type who looked down at anybody who worked for a living. Never seemed like her. I got a whole lot of insightful observations like that, you know.
Wait, there's been more than one Auntie Cleo? Explains a lot, now that I think about it. Like how she ain't a few hundred years old. Huh.
What else? Can't even imagine possessing that degree of marketing acumen.
You could just tell people how to think and do things. Like to not constantly yell at you all the time for...
Those details were highly motivating.
Diverges greatly from events depicted in Anti the Musical. The all sing... Didn't make the drink or didn't make... Oh. I see.
Less we know about all that, the better, right? Wasn't I here for your trouble? There's a former Spacer's Choice VIP in the brig. We, tried talking to him, you know, to...
Full of scathing invective.
Belittling, one might say. But, you know, tough sort like you might have an easier go. You know, we all been chewed out pretty fiercely before.
I still have nightmares.
Uh-huh. Like what? Nah, they got him set. Oh, that sounded very... May you effectuate,
Hey, mister, any bits to spare?
Fettered free trade and self-betterment. Galaxy, but we do so.
The story of Anti-Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's Choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Anti-Cleo take Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Anti-Cleo's darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacer's Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer Tyler, 6th base person for the Anti-Cleo's Darlings. I cleaved Spacer's Chosen's goalie at the end of the 56th inning, then made a Sunday goal to win the game. Whenever I see that Moon Man's grinning face, I want to cleave it in twain. Anti's Choice! Darlings! We won! Hostile
From pop guns to
Can't tell the
self-propelled
difference between
cannons,
cover and
I have whatever
concealment.
size weaponry you need to make all your problems.
Before someone succeeds in ventilating.
Attention valued employees. Anti here to brighten your workday with a report on just how much money your toil is net.
Ah, wonderful. More of you.
Forecast time, starting with
Come to jeer at a fallen old rival like all the rest. Swear I heard from everybody else in this rickety tub. So far, I am decidedly unimpressed. Been some sorely lackluster heckling from your colleagues. Clever as barbs weren't clever enough by half. Not expecting much, but go ahead. Try your worst. That was almost all right. Better than most. Pretty so-so. Got anything else? You implying I'm suffering from oxygen deprivation? You do know the only thing keeping us breathing on this tub is an air scrubber built by the lowest bidder. Joke's on all of us. Anyhow, you done yet? Or you got more?
operational budget for the next fiscal semi-decade.
Har har. Wait, was that a physics joke? Like my mask doesn't have much mass, and therefore has weak gravity. Huh. Maybe you're smarter than you look. You're almost half decent at this. Not especially skilled, but not atrocious. Not good, though. Definitely not good. Wait, you didn't come here for the express purpose of ridicule and castigation? Well, certainly embraced it, though. Respect the flexibility and commitment. So, all right, I give up. What do you want? By that measure, everyone outside Anti's Choice would be interesting. And trust me, nobody's an inkling as captivating as I am. Look, I appreciate the attention and all, but does any of this benefit me? Because otherwise, you might as well just jeer away.
Ease off the throttle, gang. Won't be any malfeasance if you don't look for it. Next is assertive arbitration.
Appreciate the directness. A simple transaction. None of this self-determinism claptrap. Just two people haggling out a deal. Name's Himanshu Tegulapalli, regional brand manager for Tau Ceti, Spacer's Choice. Auntie has it in for all of us former reps, but me in particular. Been humiliating Spacer's Choice every chance she gets. You seen those display images mocking the Moon Man, dressed up like a baby? Petty stuff. Being completely one-sided. Till now. You bet. I want my turn. Figured I earned it. I mean, look at me. I taped a particularly scathing diatribe earlier. Patch it into the PA system. Let me have my say. Not on me presently, no. They tend to take things off prisoners, you know? It's weirdly universal. Also wasn't wearing the audio cartridge is in an evidence locker in the room behind that desk. Bet if you just ask the guard over there, nice. The PA system controls are in the back room at client intake. Wonderful. I should mention while you're on this ship, Auntie's Choice has a few products what might improve your odor, looks, and breath. Sorry. Couldn't help myself.
Welcome to the Brig, but please do not taunt the prisoners. Thank you. Well, you'd probably pay me to remotely unlock it, and/or ask me in a remarkably. All right. See that door behind me? It's suddenly somehow been pleasure doing.
What? You forget what you need? Get going.
As your fearless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match.
Can't tell the difference
From pop
between
guns
cover
to
and
self-propelled
concealment?
cannons,
Then
I
you
have.
need-
Trinicular. Arriving any moment now. Approaching the station. Commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's efficacy. While the
Attention all employees of this poor excuse for corporate plundership. This ill-conceived, off-brand take on an oligarchy. Say what you will of Spacer's Choice and the other corporations, but none of us ever put big ideas in people's heads. Yes, our workers were beaten down by a rigged system and lack of mobility, but no hope is better than false hope. Right? I swear, everybody in this company thinks they're going to be somebody someday. It ain't gonna happen. Auntie Cleo's marketing you a bunch of wishful thinking who...
The story of Auntie Cleo versus...
Trinicular. Arriving any moment now.
The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a battle for our ages.
From pop guns to
Can't tell the
self-propelled
difference between
cannons,
cover and
I
concealment.
have
You need a good set of armor.
Fast
Before someone
ten.
succeeds in ventilating.
Impulses of old corporations who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us in Tau Ceti. But did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's Choice?
Nice work. A sterling performance by both of us. I've been waiting to give everybody here. You've heard about the Spacer's Choice and Auntie Cleo merger, I'm sure. Auntie was attempting a hostile takeover, but we outplayed her, voted her and her execs out. After Earth went dark, Auntie was technically the senior-ranking executive in Tau Ceti. But everything she's been doing since has been quasi-legal at best, including her being CEO of Auntie's Choice. With Earth being dark, what I had to say was more important. People here needed to hear how bad they've been The rest is going to come out eventually anyway. This little ruse of hers will collapse and she'll be exposed for every corporation to see. Then, law willing, she'll be executed for treason. If I were Auntie, and thankfully I'm not, no thanks. One Spacer's Choice is backing.
Forecast time, starting with product development, the boar's loaf and butter of our entire operation. Thanks to our marketing wizard selling the sizzle of incremental product improvement.
From pop guns to solar cannons, I have whatever size weapon you need to make all your problems past
11% quarter-over-quarter. Not too shabby, but small change compared to experiment. We took what nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals. With Auntie's Choice. An artificial...
I done falled off the corporate ladder.
Any update on the man in the Moon Man mask? Heard the announcement, assume that was your doing. Wait! What?
No, that was all official. Auntie said there was some real hard bargaining, documents signed in triplicate, and...
Wait, this is bad. Knowing this is...
What? What does the middle manager...
Says here, unfinished business leaves one undone. Trim loose ends before everything comes unraveled. Well, that sounds rather dire, you know. What do all of you think? Are you feeling
I was, but now your lack of certitude has gotten me starting to worry. That's exactly what the corporate assassins in the...
Simmer down now. That was just a fictional representation, despite being realistically well-researched. We accept your terms. Consider this...
Oh, you sounded just like an upper middle manager right then, Twombly. Good job.
Tramicular. Arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Head office tower.
And consume
With Auntie's Choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The Big Rift cut off Tussfall from home, but our Arcadia Grown League is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down rip-off pitchball, they call it. My, how imaginative. And don't get me started.
Hello again.
Because they've definitely come back just to see you.
Look,
Fuck my ameliorator. Remember, you can't... You can't spell heinous ascetic without Auntie's choice.
A short-range transmission just came in from Zeb. Sounded urgent. He's requesting we meet him at the Tomb of the Matriarch, here on Praetor. It's where the Matriarch and First Sovereign are buried, supposedly. You're sure in fine form today, Commander. By all accounts, this tomb's not exactly some cobwebbed crypt. But I guess we'll have to go and see it for ourselves, won't we? Zeb left out the mission parameters. Probably worried his message might be intercepted. Not unfounded, given the Protectorate presence on Praetor. He did say he'd reach out to us again if he needed help. Reckon we should take it as a compliment. Zeb doesn't trust easy. Anyway, I'd really like to go, if there's time. Much obliged.
Why would the Supreme Arbiter have met with the
Observe that formidable structure in the distance. I hope the device we are after remains within.
Protectorate control of Praetor has largely been achieved through the maintenance of a blockade. A survey of Praetor indicates there may be an alternate route past the blockade via the Automech factory.
Oh there. Approach the gate and identify yourself if you're looking for access. Well, of all the improbable sights I'd never imagined to actually see, folks simply wandering around the Badlands of Praetor would be near the top of that list. I've not the mind to solve the equation that demonstrates how unlikely it is you've survived enemy combatants, hostile critters, and endless lightning in near equal measure. Is that so? Amusingly enough, I'm inclined to believe you, which means you might be just the help Exemplar Simon's been waiting for. He is in the lab atop the hydraulicalized lift. Ironically, the lift was struck by lightning while the station was being reset and is stuck. There is a trail that leads to the top. Just and get you ever need to exit the station.
Greetings, unaffiliated individual. Could you be a freelancer? A gun for hire? Might you be interested in a job involving the removal of dangerous creatures? Very well. There's a cave directly. If you exterminate the lot of... Oh, this is...
So, you're the mysterious individual that's caused such a stir across Arcadia? Well, it is my sincerest of pleasures to meet you. I am Exemplar Simon, head of research at this station. Please consider me your personal conduit to this meager, yet profound portion of the universal equation. How may I be of service? Originally, the Protectorate designed this facility to control those grounding towers, which are the only thing keeping Praetor's ceaseless lightning from turning us all into ash. And to be sure, that is the only reason Anti or the Protectorate haven't taken this place by force. They are rightly terrified of what happens if this station goes offline. However, neglect during this conflict led to Axons shorting at 5 of the towers, causing gross misalignment. If they aren't realigned, the failures will... Prior to being driven from this facility, the Protectorate was exploring lightning-powered... So with the towers aligned, I can produce a batch of the explosives they theorized, and I would happily... Indeed. Unfortunately. So, with the towers aligned, that is...
Cause trouble and I was... Chapter in first. I am at my wit's end with the damn Protectorate safe. If you could open it, but it doesn't...
Don't bother conversating unless you're prepared to cite your sources.
Got a distraction for you. Come at me.
To battle!
Let me know when you need a distraction. I'm the one you need to worry about. Don't mind me.
My enemies are not superficial. You have my thanks and my hammer.
Privacy, please! Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just sit. Over here. Revolve ahead. Going out of sight. Don't make me bury another agent.
About to enter territory controlled by Auntie's choice. Act accordingly, or you'll end up as close friends with the inside of a Raptidon.
What have we here? You're definitely not a member of my battalion. You best be here on business. My time is valuable. Why would I be? Are your lamps broken? Praetor is a dirtball racked by lightning storms. If I could have solved it that easily, it would have been solved by now. If you make it quick. We were working on getting around it by tunneling through a mountain. Agreed. Our equipment... Of course not,
Not a lot of unfamiliar visages this side of Praetor. Our surplus is available for purchase if you're in need of something. More than happy to oblige.
Hey, we could use more go-getters like you.
You there, you interested in work? Or was the allure of helping to advance science and being paid for it too much to... I'm a head biological researcher doing some fascinating and mighty important work with Gorvids. I sent my assistant off to the north with a oh, and bring back my assistant too. If which of my assorted critters? We've got quite a pot. We tried them. Once all the queens got Gorvids, the thought of being the first person to catalog the process makes me positively guilty as charged. My job is studying, but right now it's mostly wrapped it up. Excellent. Which, something else then? I sent him off with a tracking device to find a almost definitely a lethal. That's what happened to my other 5 assistants. I know. We found signs of something else then? Thank you.
Ain't this a sight?
That's right,
Class
folks. Keep
consciousness
the
in
chanting
action.
going. I can see the overseer up in her office, and we're definitely making her miserable.
No.
Welcome, fellow disgruntled worker. Can't say I recognize you. You come from a different plant to support our cause? We're causing trouble. We just found out that we're basically slave labor, and now we're learning to stand up for ourselves. We need the proletariat to yield to, worker subjugation by xenophobic proxy? No, that ain't right. But it's something that sounds super fancy when Will explains it. Honestly, we just want to eat, sleep, and relieve. I ain't sure how you're gonna get in. This door is barred from the inside, and
With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time!
Shoes have been off for a week. Welcome to Auntie's Fine Product Revitalization Center, where we create tomorrow's brands today. I assume you are the disruption ameliorator from home office? It was about damn time you got here. This labor stoppage has put us almost a full week behind schedule, and is making me look quite the fool. Unsophisticated, impertinent, dim-witted. You'll fit right in with my peons. So, maybe it'll make sense to you when they babble about basic dignity and human rights. It should go without saying that such flights of fantasy have no place inside Auntie's Choice, and if we were still in Tau City, they would face grave consequences. Nevertheless, here we must focus on getting these ingrates back to work, and remind them that they're damn lucky to have Auntie's Choice to dedicate their lives to. What? No, that would never... Well, actually whipping them might keep them awake and on task better than the Adrena time we give them. Why, the nerve you have. I am running this facility because I am an invaluable resource. Because I am indispensable to Auntie's efforts. As a managerial administrativist, and when I say I, it is critical that you understand that, as director of this facility, I should effectively be treated as though I were an executive. Is that clear? Well, there's no call for rudeness. It's unnecessary, unprofessional, and distracts us from the important business that I have the direct authority to dispatch you upon. This plant relabels dated items with new Auntie's Choice trademarks and slogans. It is critical to keeping revitalized products on the shelf for consumers hungry for something new. So, the workers may be unhappy, but they must realize their comfort is a distant second to Auntie's delivery schedule. Or in short, they need to get back to work. My workers are striking people now? How very alarming. We must resolve this before things get even further out of hand. They've appointed some kind of leader, and he's the one you have to talk to. His name is, Dummy? No, that's not right. Dunce? Dumber. If I'm honest, my gaze is purely focused up the ladder, not down it. I am a very important upper, middle, lower manager, and the way their value is in providing their minuscule contribution. And by providing their maximal effort, they allow me to ascend, vacating this position so that one of their undistinguished masses can fill it. Well, that's all fine and good in your system. But here in Arcadia, it is I believe he has demands, but I can't be bothered to remember what they were. You will find him up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him understand. Best of luck to you. Do us.
They not simply kill her.
Welcome back, Ameliorator. Did you make contact with worker? Well,
If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulants!
That's right!
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
You're making her miserable!
We don't want to make demands, but no more being in bottles and cans!
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless this is mighty important, I'll respectfully ask to be left. Then what in law's name are you doing here? Well, that certainly is unexpected. And potentially wonderful. Assuming, of course, you can actually help us. And he's got to prioritize worker prosperity over productivity. What we've got now is, poor... labor retention techniques? What's going on is, remind me again?
An inhospitable occupational environment that ignores worker safety and health concerns.
Right, that. We need better hours, free stims, and the ability to relieve ourselves whenever we want.
They work 20-hour shifts, which requires stims to endure that are charged at a premium. Adrena time is actually cheaper on the undisputed claim than it is here. And if that inhuman brutality isn't enough to offend basic decency, they're also barred from using the restroom throughout the business day. Their 20-hour business day. It is an unconscionable condition to keep these workers in. I can't imagine how hard it is for them to coordinate their daily duties.
It has been incredibly difficult. And very, very messy. And finally, we realized our shifts need to be reduced to 12 hours a day. 4 hours of personal time ain't even enough to rest, much less get any actual living done. Second, if we gotta work those long hours, we want free Adrena time. Bad enough it's making everything taste like we're gnawing nickel pads. Having to pay for the pleasure's too far. Finally, we want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to fit our necessities into the same 4 hours is just mean. Plus, between us, thank you for your trying.
Welcome back, Ameliorator. Auntie and I continue to have high hopes that you will come to shine under the spot. So, what are these ingrate alley sprats willing to settle for? Golden privies and gilded sheets? 12 hour? Are they mad? What are they gonna do with the other half of the day? Lounge around the facility consuming air and water and power without compensating the company? I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud. While it's true that data shows higher worker productivity on sleep than on stims, I never imagined restful production being more cost-effective than longer hours. That would translate into more profit for the plant, which means larger bonuses for me, which should be more than enough to make up for the drop in hourly production. All right, you've convinced me. What else? Free? Free? Nothing inside of Auntie's Choice is free. Law, nothing in life is free. Everything has a cost. Everything. Materials, labor, time, distribution, forced scarcity. Giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation, which is one small step from the system completely breaking down and plunging us all into anarchy. What in the void are you talking about? My greed is certainly doing no such thing. What? No, I would never. Well, fuck. That's quite the rub, isn't it? Huh. I don't know why you would waste leverage on them, but I suppose you've got your reasons. All right. They'll get their Adrena time, and you'll get all the bits I got on me. Is there more they ask? They want to relieve themselves on company time? I've never heard something so preposterous. What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax? Oh my. You're probably right. It's what more do they want? Very good. Ha! I was going to say very good.
We don't want to make demands, but no more being.
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations? That's as fine a place to start as any. What did that tyrant have to say for herself? Well, I can't begin to tell you what a relief that is. By which I mean, that's a most promising development. She willing to see reason? Free? Really? Why, I'd surely have lost that bet. I fig- What's next? Excellent. What progress have you made? That must have been quite the negotiation. Oh, my people can't thank you enough. This will be huge for us. Free time to sleep, relax and all? Well, you have done exceptionally well by us, my new friend.
Damn! I really felt like I was close to signing all of you, and I needed that recruitment bonus. I don't know how I'm going to afford my hair cream now, but I'll get him next time. And he won't always have you working her angles for her. And her usual agents don't.
Next time? Against you? What in law's name are you saying? It don't matter. All that matters is my working conditions have just... Now, if you'll
I suppose that ended well enough. But this negotiation would have been much more succinct if one party had simply inflicted grievous bodily harm upon the other.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I do wish it had gone more smoothly. I have already informed the Home Office, and with it, put in an extra sprinkling. You may tell the executives that dispatched you that you have done an adequate...
Payday's just a week away. And I'm honestly not sure if I'll be getting bits, or if I owe my whole check to the company vending machines.
nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebetted through artificial means at Auntie's
We're back. We understand you've been a very busy little manty-was. Well, out with it.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence.
A satisfactory effort, my ameliorator. I had hopes your talents would yield a result a mite more in our favor, but good work overall.
Well, I suppose I can't argue with the truth of that.
Anything else you'd like to report? Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered. And it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical malarkey. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking art.
Yes, suppose we should move on.
I'm the head of our proprietary Insight Acquisition Division. Stealing our... The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. Some kind of mind manipulation business. There's a facility for it on Praetor. And he wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This archive plan says it's important. Fine. Attitude like that will take you far around here. A few aspirational goals, if possible.
Which is to say, we'll make it more worth your while.
See you when it's done.
Good news! Your new role as integrating specialist will be